Now, you're about to start your very first test, and the key thing to remember here is don't panic. Because these tests have actually been designed not to cause you any worry. That is, you're only going to get asked questions on things or parts of maths that you believe that you've understood already. Those are the modules that you've gone through and completed and have understood well enough to add them to your test. The worst thing that could happen is you might get a couple of questions wrong. Now, all this means is we'll put those modules back onto your learning map so that you can go through and learn them and then master them at a later date. Having said that, it is important to take your time with every single question on the test because you'll feel really good if you do go through and master new modules. Now, there are two parts to your test. The first part is the written section, where you simply go through and answer the questions in the space provided, remembering to show all of your working out. The other part is the online component, where you simply use this access code here to go through and answer the online questions. Now, you may find from time to time that you only have an online component. That is, you won't have any written questions here. And once again, you simply use the access code to be able to go through and do these. Click Start Test and enter your access code. The online questions have an O written next to them. You can swap between questions as you like, and as you complete each question, they'll turn blue. Make sure you have a pen and paper with you as you go through and complete the online questions. And if you want to come back and change your answer at any point, you can do that too. Also, if you need a calculator, it'll pop up on the screen. Now, when you're happy that you've gone through and completed the test to the best of your ability, make sure you go down to the bottom of the page and click on the Submit Test button. Before you do this though, make sure that all of the questions that you've answered have turned blue to ensure that it's saved properly as you've gone through and completed the test. Now, when you completed both components of the test, that is, you've submitted the online part and also handed in the printed part to your teacher for marking, you can either go on and complete further modules, or your teacher might have an activity for you to complete whilst they're going through and marking your test. So once the teacher's gone through and marked your test, they'll give it back to you. You'll then go through and complete a test reflection, which will step you through each question that you did within the test, both the online components and also the written components. And it will let you know how you went with every one of these questions. To complete the test reflection, you simply grab this access code that you can see here and enter it in. Now, if you manage to answer every single question for a module correctly, congratulations, that means that you have now mastered that module. Now, you may find from time to time that you might get a couple of questions wrong. Now, that's okay, because what will happen is the test reflection will actually pause for you so that you can then go through and have a look at your answers to see where you've gone wrong. And you'll learn a lot from doing this. So it's worth having the printed questions in front of you when you go through and do your test reflection. Now, in the case you actually get a question wrong within the online component, it'll actually give you the opportunity to go through and have another go at this question, just in case you've made a minor mistake and you can fix it up. Now, after going through each question, you'll get to reveal your scores for this learning cycle. The first score is your effort score, and this is in reference to how much work you've completed. Now, if you complete all of the work that your teacher has set by the due date, you'll get an effort score of 100%. The next score is your accuracy score, and this represents how well you've understood the maths that you've gone through and learnt. If you complete 6 modules, but only master 3, well, that's half, and that means you'll get an accuracy score of 50%. Whereas if you complete 6 modules and master all 6, well, that will give you an accuracy score of 100%. Now, the last score is your growth score, and this is the big one. This actually represents how much new maths you've mastered within this cycle. Let's just say you mastered 3 modules within the cycle. This will actually give you a growth score of 100%. Now, if you got a growth score of 100% for every cycle throughout the year, this will mean that you have grown 1 year level of maths within 1 year. And that's great. But here's the exciting part. You can actually grow more than 1 year level of maths within 1 year. For example, if you master 6 modules within a cycle, that'll give you a growth score of 200%. Now, if you got a growth score of 200% for every cycle throughout the year, that will mean that you will grow 2 year levels of maths within 1 year. And that's fantastic. Effort, accuracy, and growth are all related. To have a high effort score means that you've actually gone through and attempted more modules, giving yourself more of an opportunity to master modules. If you have a high accuracy score, it means that you're actually mastering more of the modules that you're attempting. To have a high growth score means that you also need to have a high effort and accuracy score as well. Now, if you're low in any one of these areas, it may be worth focusing on it during the next cycle. There are usually 16 learning cycles within a full school year. Now that's about 4 learning cycles per term. Now, if you don't master a module within a learning cycle, that's okay because you actually get the opportunity to go back and try it again so that you can master it later. Or you can try your hand with some brand new modules. Each learning cycle is a fresh start to make great choices and try things in new ways. I'll see you next time.